Hey guys, it's Edie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're all doing well. And in today's video we are going to be doing, is it May? Yeah, May's TBR. And I'm going to be picking the TBR by the classic TBR prompt jar. So in this little pot here I've got loads of little bits of paper that just say different things. From that bit of paper I'm going to choose a book that hopefully I'm going to read in May. So let's just get started with picking the first prompt. And the first prompt is going to be this one, which is, I'll show you guys first. Okay, so here's the first prompt. And it is a book you have not heard many reviews about. Oh, okay. I'm going to go with a book from an author I have read before. And the book I've chosen is Crossroads by Devney Perry. All I know about this is a small town romance. I believe this is like a new series she's done, because she's originally done the series that I've read, which is the Eden series, and that series basically follows 6 siblings, and they are romance books, but they always have a subplot of a mystery suspense sort of thing. I don't know if this one's the same. I haven't really seen any reviews about this book, but I got it because I really like the cover and because I've read Devney Perry's books before and I really did like the Eden series. It's just so good, so captivating, all those books, so I'm very intrigued to see what this is about. And I can see on the back it says second chance, so I'm just going to read the blurb so we can get an idea of what this book is about. First love gets a second chance. I met West in heaven when I was 8 years old. He taught me to play poker when I was 9, and we made paper aeroplanes together when we were 11. He kissed me when I was 16. He was the best part about my family's summer vacations to Montana. He was the boy who stole my heart. I was 23 when life ripped us apart. Years later, I'm breaking my vow and returning to the ranch, not as a guest, but as its new owner. West might want me gone, but everyone has to admit the only way to save his family's legacy is with my help. It's not easy working side by side and facing those old memories, but this situation is only temporary. We're at a crossroads, and as long as I don't let myself fall in love with West Heaven again, maybe this is our chance to put those ghosts to rest. Maybe this time we'll finally be able to say goodbye. So this sounds really good. I knew it was going to be some sort of small town romance, and this seems like a second chance romance, and they were like childhood best friends to lovers. Then something happened and then they went together, and now she's going to the ranch I guess he works at, well his family owns, and she's going to save this ranch. I'm very excited. I don't know why it's taken me so long to pick this up, because I haven't really even read the back of this. I just literally brought it because of the reasons I said earlier, but I am very excited to read this, and I know there's more books in this series because this is the first book in the series. What's it called? Maybe his name's Haven, not Heaven. Yeah, Haven, because it says up there Haven River Ranch. I think that's his name, not Heaven. I think I was saying Heaven. Yeah, it's Haven, not Heaven. So when I was saying Heaven in the past clips about reading this blurb, ignore me, his name is West Haven. I don't know why I thought that said Heaven, but that's just my dyslexia for you. But anyway, this is the first book I have chosen. So now let me pick the second prompt. And the second prompt is this one. I believe, is that the right way around? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, here's the second prompt. Read a book with a 4-word title. Okay. I think I want to do a fantasy book for this one, and I think I know which one I want to do. I want to do this one here, because this one's got 4, words in the title. It's On Wings of Blood by Benoli. I believe that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. And I've seen this going all around TikTok, and I believe it might be some sort of dragon fantasy. And it's at some sort of an academy, I believe, because it's at the top here it says Bloodwing Academy, and a lot of people have liked this, and I'm a sucker for some sort of dragon fantasy, so I'm very excited for this because I've been wanting to pick this up. So now this is my push to pick this up in May, so let me read the blurb for you. At Bloodwing Academy, blood is power and love is a dangerous game. I didn't sign up for this. A half-fae in a school of high-blood vampires, that's a recipe for torment. I'm Medra Pendragon, last of the dragon riders, or so they tell me. Funny thing is, there are no dragons left, not a single one, but somehow that hasn't stopped the vampires from deciding I'm worth capturing. Now I'm stuck at Bloodwing Academy, where the high blood runs everything, and Blightborn, like me, were just blood in their veins, pawns in their games. But that's not even the worst part. Enter Blake I can't say that, Drakhorrow? I don't know, cold, arrogant, and way too generous for his own good. He's been tormenting me since the moment we met, and now, thanks to some ancient ritual, we're betrothed. I can never say that word. Betrothed. He acts like he owns me, but I'm not going down without a fight. Bloodwing isn't just a school, it's a battlefield. High bloods fight for power, and if you're weak, you're dead. Between deadly competitions, lies that could get you executed, and a dragon-shaped secret looming over my head, all I have to do is survive. Easy, right? Except I'm starting to think the real danger isn't the academy, it's what I'm becoming in this twisted game of power. And Blake, he might just be the one who pushes me over the edge. They think they can control me, they think they can use me, but they have no idea what they're awakened. So it seems like it's a romantasy, and she goes to this academy where they're all like vampires, and they kind of captured her, and she's a dragon rider, but there's no dragon. So this is very interesting, and I'm very excited to read this because, like I said, I'm a sucker for a dragon like fantasy. I'm gonna now pick the third prompt, which is going to be this one, which is, it's a book with a black cover. Ooh, okay, a black cover. Oh, I think I know which one I'm going to do. This one. It's a black cover. It's Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. Yeah, Wilder. And it's a small town romance, and that's pretty much all I know about it. But I really like the covers, and I just think they're so cool. Look at them. And this is the first book, I believe. Yeah, it's called the I can't say it. The Bourbon Boys series book 1. This is. So now let me just read the blurb for you. In Fiasco, Kentucky, there is one rule: never fall for a fox brother. Any woman who did ended up dead, or so the rumour goes. Townies call it a curse, but I've lived it, and I won't survive it again. I'm not a cop anymore, but I've seen enough danger to know that Langley Young, the beautiful stranger who just showed up in the small town, is running from it. She's lying about where she's come from and what she's doing here. I don't want her near my family or the quiet life I've made for myself, but my brother has other plans. Now she's everywhere, working at my distillery, living in our guest house, calling me cowboy, and skinny dipping in my horse trough? I think that's how you say that. But it's the way she dishes out attitude from the pretty mouth of hers that has me wanting things I've sworn to myself never want again. I should push her away, forget how her lips taste, and ignore how she makes me want more out of life again. When her past shows up and mingles too closely with mine, her lies begin to unravel. The rules don't matter anymore. I mess up, dig too far, and get too close. Only two things have the power to keep her safe now. It seems like a bit more of a romance. There's maybe some sort of mystery element to this. I don't know, but I've heard good things about this, and I'm really excited, and I just love small town romance. I do. Don't know what it is about it. It's just a small little town community that I absolutely love, and she calls him cowboy, which is, I just love it. I just love some sort of like cowboy romance, small town, anything that has that in it. I'm gonna eat that up. So the fourth prompt I'm going to pick is going to be, oh, I've got too many in my hand. Here we go. This one. And it is this one. Read a book with flowers on the cover. Have I decided to go with another small town romance? Maybe. Yes, I have. I've chosen In the Weeds by B.K. Barrison, and this is the Afterlight Illumicrate exclusive one, and it's got these pretty sprayed edges. And just wait till you see the naked hardcover. How beautiful is that? It's stunning. So I'm very excited to read this. I've read Love Like Farms, which is the first book in this series, and that's like a Christmas romance, and I've been kind of waiting to read this till the season is right, kind of. So I believe this is kind of the right season to like read this in. I'm hoping. Anyway, I will read it anyway, it doesn't matter. But I'm very excited because I did really like the first book in the series, and if I remember, it follows some characters that were in the first book, I believe, maybe. I can't exactly 100% remember, but I really did like Love Like Farms. I gave that I can't remember what I get. It was a 4 point something. It was a really good book. So I'm very excited to read this. Let me see, where's the blurb in here? Okay, here it is. So let me read the blurb for you guys. A grumpy farmer, a no-nonsense social media influencer, a small town of busybodies and very cute kittens. Evelyn St. James isn't the kind of woman you forget. Beckett Potter certainly hasn't. One incredible weekend in Maine and he officially edged man distracted. So when she suddenly appears on a farm as a social media contest, he's confused. He had no idea the sweet and sexy woman he met at a bar is actually a global phenomenon. Social media influencer Evelyn St. James. Feeling disconnected from her work and increasingly unhappy, Evelyn is trying to find her way back to something real. She returns to the last place she was happy, Lovelight Farm and the tiny town of Inlewild. I can't pronounce that, but anyway, it has absolutely nothing to do with the hot farmer she spent 2 incredible nights with. Nothing at all. I do kind of remember it now, because in Lovelight Farms, I believe the MMC owned or worked or something to do with the Lovelight Farms, and I believe the FMC came to the town to maybe help bring more exposure to this like farm because it was struggling. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what I'm thinking it was sort of like. And I do remember the social like media influencer who came to the town to try and promote and help get the like farm back on the like spotlight and attract more like customers. So I'm very, very excited to read this. And I can't wait to be back in this little small town. Another small town romance. Maybe my next one I need to try not pick a small town romance, because 3 out of the 4 books I've chosen already have been small town romances, but I love that. So anyway, this is the fourth book I have chosen. The 5th prompt I'm going to choose is this one, which is, I believe, is that the right way around? Yeah, I think that's. Okay, so random number generator. Okay, so I'm going to get a random number generator up on my phone. I don't know what number to do it between 1 and because I feel like I should probably do another fantasy. So maybe do 1 to 20. Let's do 1 to 20, and then when I click generate and see what I get, is that 16? Okay, so we're going to count 16 on here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's a 3rd book in a series, so I can't really do that. So maybe I can just pick the 1st book from that series. This is kind of my rules, so I landed on the 3rd book in a series, so instead of picking a 3rd book, because I'm not going to read that whole series in the month, I'm just going to pick the 1st book from that series. I just need to get all these books from behind it so I can get this one out. And I believe this is the 1st book in the series. And the book is This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi, and I absolutely loved Tahara Mafi's work. The Shatter Me series, if you haven't watched my videos, I've said this a few times, I believe, in some videos. That series got me into reading fantasy, as well as like Fourth Wing and a couple others. And I just recently finished Watch Me, which is a new like spin-off series to the Shatter Me series. And I absolutely love being back in that world. I love her writing. And this is another series she's like still kind of writing. I don't know how many books are left in this series. I don't think there's many more, because she's already got 3 books in this series. But I believe she is writing another one, or it's finished, so maybe there's 5 books in this series, I'm not sure. But I don't really know much about this, but I've seen Emmy read this series and I know Emmy really likes this, so I'm really excited to read this because I do absolutely love Tahara Mafi's work. So I'm very excited to see what other, like, her other series is like, because I've only read the Shatter Me series and the Watch Me book by her. So let me just read the blurb for you. To all the world, I can't pronounce this name. This isn't going well. Elizabeth, I don't know. I'll put it on the screen, but that's what I'm going with. It's a disposable servant, never to be known for who she really is. The long-lost heir to an ancient Jin kingdom. She is haunted always, forced to hide in plain sight, lest she exposes herself to danger, until one day she makes a mistake. The crown prince, Kamaran, has heard the prophecies. He knows of the fearsome monster promised to kill his king. Darkness is fast descending upon his empire, driving Kamaran to desperately seek out its source. but as he grows ever more suspicious of the servant girl with the strange eyes, the more he learns about her, and the harder it is to turn away. Even if falling for someone like, I'm not going to try to pronounce her name again, means a forfeiting everything he's ever known. The Woven Kingdom is a story of clashing empires, forbidden romance, and a long-forgotten queen who must claw her way back through darkness to reclaim her throne, rebuild her kingdom, and save the people from half-lives they've been forced to live. That sounds really exciting, really intriguing, and I just can't pronounce names or words today, it seems like. So I apologise in advance because this female's name, I don't know, I'm probably pronouncing the MMC's name is wrong. Kamaran, I think, and Alizef, I don't know, that's what I'm going with. But this is the fourth, no, I keep doing this. This is the fifth book I have chosen. So this is going to be the final prompt. So the sixth prompt is going to be, if I can just get one, come on, which one is it going to be? This one. And this is on last month / previous TBR. Okay, which books have I had on the TBR that I haven't read? I have had this book here. Let me get it out. I have had the 7-Year Slip on a previous TBR at some point. Can't remember which one, but I haven't read it. And a lot of people love this book. And I just don't know why. I just haven't picked it up. So I think I'm going to go with this one. And all I know, this is like, is it like a magical realism romance sort of thing? And they somehow time travel? I don't know. That's what I know. And people just love this book. So I'm going to read the blurb for you. 6 months ago, Clementine West had the worst day of her life. So she came up with a plan to keep her heart safe, stay busy, work hard, take no risks. And it's been working. That's until one day she finds a strange man standing in her kitchen, a man with kind eyes, a crooked smile, and a recipe for the perfect lemon meringue pie. The kind of man that before everything she could have fallen for. He's perfect, but for one thing he lives in the past, 7 years ago to be exact. This should be impossible, but Clementine used to love impossible things, and maybe, just maybe, she will again. So it is some sort of like time travel, and he travels back in time somehow and ends up in Clementine's life. So I'm very excited, very intrigued. I am intrigued to see if I like it, because I've never really read a like sort of like magical realism, because I believe that's like a genre this book falls under. I don't really know. But I am quite intrigued to read it, to see if I do like it, because I've never actually read an Ashley Poston book either. So this has me very excited, because I don't really have a reason why I didn't pick this up in a previous TBR. I just never got around to reading it, because I wanted to read other books. Not that I didn't want to read this, I was just like, I had more interest in reading other books at the time. So hopefully I will be able to pick this up some point in May. So those are all the books picked and ready to hopefully read at some point in May, and these are all the books stacked here together. So let me just go quickly through of each book that I've chosen for my May TBR. So the first book was Crossroads by Devony Perry. The second book was On Wings of Blood by Blair Bolin. The third book was Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. The fourth book was In the Weeds by B.K. Borison. The fifth book was This Woven Kingdom by Tahara Mafi. And the sixth and final book I chose was The 7-Year Slip by Ashley Poston. So that is everything for today's video. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and put in the comments below which book are you most excited to read in May. There are a few new releases coming in May. I know there is the Chloe Walsh Boys of Torment, what's it called? Releasing 10? Yeah, I think. I am very excited for that. That's probably one of my most anticipated reads of May. I can't think of what other books are coming out in May, but I think there's a few. But I feel like that's one of my most excited, like, anticipated reads of May. So I'm very excited for that. If you haven't already, do subscribe, where you can see more videos from me, where you might see me do some reading vlogs that include some of the books I've chosen for my May TBR in this video. And all that's left to say is thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!